Hey there, I'm Scott and I run Chernobyl Audio. Today, we're going to check out Deviant drums by Chaos Tones to see if they can work in an extreme metal setting and if they are worth your time or not. Let's go. Deviant Drums is a drum library by Chaos Tones built specifically for songwriting. It is a Kontakt library, but it's fully functional in the free Kontakt player, so you don't need to buy the full version of Kontakt. Now, when I was talking to Jesse, he told me that he wanted to create a resource basically for himself that would allow him to write in any genre of music as quickly as possible, because Jesse is a songwriter from LA and he needs something that he can use at any time in any genre that sounds really good that he can work with in a quick and efficient manner. Every effort has been made by Jesse to make it a playground for your creativity. An intuitive mixer, robust tone shaping options, key switching abilities for tonal shaping, flexible routing, and putting controls in logical places to make it easy and fast to use, even in Kontakt. I do want to mention that Jesse did reach out to me, and this is a sponsored video by Jesse, but as you guys know by now, if I didn't like it, if I didn't think it was any good, and if I didn't think you guys would get any value from it, I wouldn't even make the video, so just keep that in mind. There are 9 full drum kits here, with 40 cymbals and 13 different snares that were captured in various tunings and mutings. It's pretty much guaranteed you're going to find the right sound for your music, particularly because you have so many snares in different tunings. That said, when I loaded this up, I pretty much just expected that I was going to have to do a lot of processing to fit it into like a black metal, extreme metal style, but honestly, it's pretty solid. And you're going to be shocked when you see just how little processing I had to do on this. In the interface, you have complete control of tuning, EQ, transient shaping, the specific drum or cymbal. You could even change that right here on the mixer page without having to go back to the main drum page. You can adjust microphone levels of overheads, rooms, close mics. You can even adjust these parameters in a group setting over here on the right side of the interface. This is really cool and definitely a quality of life feature. Also included here is a master compression setting and then a master EQ section for just that little extra tonal shaping of the entire drum kit. I want to add a little bit of extra sauce to the kit as a whole. And of course, you can route all these channels to an individual stereo channel if that's what you want to do, or you can just create an entire drum mix, get it something how you want it, and then just spit it out through a single stereo channel. There are tons of presets that you can go through here to start learning about all the different sounds that you can achieve for this drum library. It's frankly ridiculous, especially for the price. I mean, he's even got an EDM section included here, which you can key switch on and off to make your drums beefy or change how the drums sound for a chorus or a pre-chorus. There's a lot of cool songwriting quality of life features that are included in Deviant drums. For example, on the mini mapping page here, you can do whatever you want. You can include your own custom mapping, create your own map. There's a lot of different maps to select. You can control all the velocity ceilings either globally with this little section right here, or you can do one by one in this little window right here. It's a particularly cool feature on this page is the RAM purge ability. This is huge. This is an awesome ability because it means that once you've settled upon the drum sounds that you want to use, you can go to this page, you can purge the RAM, and it'll just remove all the samples that aren't being used, and it'll free up a bunch of RAM on your system. Up to like 1.5, 2 gigabytes of RAM can be freed by using this purge ability. To be quite honest, this video could be 45 minutes of just talking about all the features that Jesse packed into these drums, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think you guys want to watch 45 minutes of this. However, Jesse did make a video on his YouTube channel, which I've linked below in the description box if you absolutely want to know every single small detail and nook and cranny about every single feature that Jesse packed in here. But what I would rather do is I would rather move forward a little bit, show you guys how they sound, how I use them, and just how easy they are to use. So let's get started with that. Now, the first thing that I did is I just went through the presets. I just cycled through all the presets because generally you're going to find a preset that you are attracted to, and it's always good to just work with something that's 80% of the way there instead of starting from scratch, so on and so forth. The preset that I settled upon here is called Far Beyond Power, which is pretty clearly a Pantera preset. However, to note, it's a really great preset for much more of those hybrid black metal sounds, which is what this ended up turning into. Once I settled on the preset, I went ahead to the drum mixer part here. We have all the shells, and I spit them out to their own individual channel. With the cymbal mixer, I put the ride and hi-hat on their own channel, and then put all of the cymbals on like their own overhead channel style thing, just so I could put them into Cubase here that you can see, right? So I wouldn't have to load the plugin again if I wanted to do some slight volume adjustments. Now, shockingly, I didn't do anything else in this plugin. You know, I didn't go into the EQ here. I didn't change anything. I was actually very surprised and very happy with how it sounded just in like a super rough demo stage of what I had recorded with the guitars. I really couldn't believe it. So I was like, I mean, I'm not changing it. So I left everything the way that it was. The only thing I did is I just multi-outed it, but there are two things that I did in Cubase here that I'll show you right now. So on the snare and the toms, I did do a little bit of extra clipping. It's not a big deal. I'm just pushing up the volume by 3 dB and clipping up, just trying to get some fatness into the snare, make it sound a bit more beefy. Very subtle, nothing too crazy. And then I added reverb also to the snare and toms, and actually also added them to the cymbals just for a little bit of extra atmosphere. And finally, the only EQ move I did on the entire thing was this little EQ on the drums group, which was at 45 Hertz, just rolling off some of the sub energy there from the kicks. Nothing else. Didn't do any extra EQ on top of what already the preset loaded itself. Let me clarify. The preset was loaded. All of those EQ moves and everything that Jesse did for the preset, that's all active. I just didn't touch or manipulate any of them. However, it loaded is how I kept it, and it sounds really awesome. So with those few processing moves, we end up with drums sound like this. One thing that I would like to point out specifically, and I actually told Jesse this as well, is I really, really like that the toms don't sustain forever. This seems to be a little bit of a problem when working with, like triggered shells or drum libraries is, everything is like super perfectly well recorded and all the hits are perfect. So when you start programming all these successive hits, you have this low end bloom that comes up on the low mids and the lows, and it just wrecks a mix because the compressors go crazy and it just makes this really muddy bloom in the mix. And when I told that to him, he kind of laughed, and he said specifically that they used the cotton ball trick in the toms, which is where you put the cotton ball inside of the tom shell actually, and it just rests on the resonant head on the inside. So when you play it, they bounce around, but then they settle almost dynamically and naturally. So it really helps cut the sustain, so it just doesn't go forever, and it's really annoying. I didn't use a single gate anywhere on this kit, and I really appreciate that. It just makes it a lot easier to work with toms and extreme metal. So that's one particular point that I want to mention. The toms sound really good, and they have a nice full sustain, but it doesn't go on forever, because that's really annoying trying to work with multi-band compression and trying to find the correct gate settings for every single tom. They usually still have to frickin' edit anyway, because maybe it's just a nightmare. So the way that they recorded the toms here, big thumbs up. So here's the full demo that I created for this. It's going to have like a Dimmu Borgir puritanical era sound because of the Far Beyond Power preset here, which I think sounds awesome. So you tell me what you think. I would say Deviant Drums is the real deal. It's built by a songwriter who built it for a purpose, use it quickly, get things done quickly, and they sound amazing with tons of different tonal options. So if I had to give a really quick pros and cons list, let's do that right now. Here are all my pros. Great functionality in the UI. Jesse found a way to pack as much as he could into the Kontakt platform. Everything you'd want can be done here, from tuning, panning, microphone adjustments, group controls, which is very unique. Haven't seen that a lot in Kontakt instruments. Obviously, the drums sound amazing. Tons of drums, tons of cymbals. Particularly the toms sound really good. They're extremely versatile. You also have the added benefit of multiple snare tunings. That's going to help you pick a snare that fits in the style and the tuning of the song that you're writing in. Big, huge win right there. There's a huge library of presets that you can just scroll through, find a sound that you like, start writing quickly. You can also use these presets to learn how these EQ moves and processing moves were done in order to create sounds that you like. As an aside, when you use presets, they're always great learning resources because you can go in there, you can look at the EQ moves, and you can go, oh, this kind of EQ move, or this much transient shaping, or this is how I could create that sound. And these are mental notes that you can make, so presets are great learning resources. You have tons of control with MIDI mapping, MIDI velocities, makes drum programming a lot easier. The RAM control, like I said, being able to purge RAM from your computer with samples that you're not using is a huge thing. It's a fantastic idea, because if you've got like an older laptop or maybe some older gear where everything's fine, but once you start adding in the extra elements and you're trying to mix and things start chugging a little bit, purging all the unused samples from the drum instrument, that is just an amazing idea, and you're going to get instantly like 1.5 or 2 gigabytes of RAM back. So it's probably going to push the life of your equipment even further. So very forward-thinking idea from Jesse right there. Finally, I think Deviant Drums is very fairly priced considering the full drum kits that you get, 9, all the cymbals, all the different snares that have been sampled in different tunings and different mutings. There's a whole host of sounds that you can play with, far above and beyond some other companies that charge the same amount of money for just one drum kit with a couple of different cymbals. So the value proposition here, off the charts. I have no complaints. Now, everything's not perfect in this world, of course, so there are a couple things I want to obviously tell you about. The first is obviously it's in Kontakt. Now, I know there are a couple of you that just refuse to use Kontakt. You hate it. You won't get it. It doesn't matter that you can use this with the free Kontakt player. You guys are just whatever, you don't want to use Kontakt. So it is a Kontakt instrument. Maybe that'll change in the future. I have no idea. But that just means if you don't want to use Kontakt, you're just going to miss out on a really great drum library. The second thing to note is that there's no included MIDI grooves or MIDI groove player inside of the instrument. Deviant Drums kind of is more in the upper beginner, lower intermediate area. You need to sort of know your way around MIDI drums. You need to be able to program, or at the very least, you need to know how to make MIDI grooves work and to adjust MIDI maps and things like this. Finally, there is one bug. However, Jesse already knows about this bug. I tested it just to like corroborate that the bug actually exists, and it does exist. However, Jesse's already fixed it. He just has to wait for Native Instruments to basically look at his new upload and go, cool, sounds good, so that they can upload everything. The bug is that in Kontakt, the default channel for reverb is always stereo channel 1, and in this instrument, Jesse has the kick drum going out of channel stereo 1. So you have the kick and the reverb on the same channel. It kind of makes it difficult to use the reverb and the kick when you want to do multiple output routing. So that's a bit of a bummer, but Jesse said it's already fixed. I'm just letting you know, because if you go and buy it right now, just as something to pay attention to, it's not generally a huge deal. Just add your favorite plate reverb, in your DAW, and you're pretty much fine. So in my opinion, Deviant Drums definitely solid, especially if you're looking to work more on the extreme side of things and you're looking for drum sounds that not everybody has. As I've said in previous videos, it's all about these smaller creators that are making new sounds, because if you want to sound different, you need to use different sounds. So if that's you, Deviant Drums might be the answer you're looking for. 9 different kits, 30 cymbals, 13 different snares, a really great, well-priced, very fairly priced instrument. It could be the answer you're looking for. I know I'm definitely going to use these in the future. If you want to use them, Link down below in the description box. Pick them up. It is not an affiliate link. I do not get any commissions from the link. Only the video itself was sponsored. So feel free to click the link now and pick them up. I don't think you're going to regret it. That'll do it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. By the way, if you want to improve your guitar recording skills, there is a link to a free PDF below that can help you do that. Make sure you get it. And if you dug the video, hit like and subscribe. That'd be awesome. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.